The silent double standard. Let's get uncomfortable. A woman gets pregnant. She has options. She can choose to be a mother. She can choose abortion. She can choose adoption. Or she can choose to walk away. But what about the man? What if he's not ready? Not willing? Not emotionally, financially, or mentally prepared to become a father? What if he makes it crystal clear that he doesn't want to be involved? Does he get a say? The answer is no. She gets choice. He gets obligation. And if he walks away, he's labeled a deadbeat, a coward, a failure. But what if we're looking at this all wrong? What if the real question is, if a woman can legally opt out of parenthood, why can't a man? Is that equality? Or is that hypocrisy dressed as morality? Buckle up, because this episode is going to piss people off. And it should. The reproductive rights gap, 2 different rulebooks. Let's start with the obvious. When it comes to reproduction, women have choices. Abortion, legal in many parts of the world. A woman can terminate a pregnancy without needing the father's consent. Adoption, she can give the child up after birth and move on. A motherhood, she can decide to keep the baby, even if the man begs her not to. And all of that is framed under one powerful banner: her body, her choice. And listen, that argument makes sense when we're talking about the physical toll of pregnancy. She's the one carrying the child. She's the one going through labor. She should have medical autonomy. But here's where the imbalance shows up. The man has 0 legal reproductive rights after conception. Let that sink in. If he wants to keep the baby and she doesn't, he has no say. If he doesn't want the baby and she does, he still has no say. He can't opt out. He can't refuse the role. He can't say, "I'm not ready to be a dad," and walk away, legally, emotionally, or financially. And for the next 18 years he pays. In cash, in stress, in consequences. Now tell me, is that equality? Or is that a society where one gender holds the power of choice, while the other gets handed a bill? The financial abortion debate? Men want the same option. There's a growing movement out there. Quiet. Frustrated. And it's asking one bold question. If women can abort a pregnancy, why can't men have a financial abortion? Meaning, if a man makes it clear early on that he does not want to be a father, and the woman chooses to keep the child anyway, shouldn't he have the legal right to walk away too? No visitation, no custody, no child support. Just like a woman can say, "I'm not ready," and be free of legal or financial responsibility, men are asking for that same right. It's not about being cold or irresponsible. It's about having reproductive equality. Because right now the system says this. The woman makes the decision. The man lives with the consequences. That's not a partnership. That's a power imbalance. And for the men who do want to be fathers, but get shut out because the woman chooses abortion, they're left grieving a child they never got to meet. No legal recourse. No appeal. No voice. And for the men who don't want to be fathers, but the woman chooses to keep it, they're locked into 18 years of payments. That's the heart of the financial abortion debate. If one parent can legally opt out of parenting, shouldn't both be able to? Or is equality only convenient when it benefits one side? Law versus morality, what the courts say, and what society thinks. Now let's break down the legal side. Courts around the world have been very clear. If a child is born, both parents are responsible. It doesn't matter if the pregnancy was planned, accidental, or the result of failed birth control. If you're the biological father, you pay. Period. That's the law. But here's where things get sticky. Legally, women don't need a man's permission to end a pregnancy. But they do need him to support it once the child is born. It's a contradiction that no one wants to admit. And socially, it gets even messier. If a man says, "I don't want this baby. I'm not ready. I'm walking away," he gets crucified, labeled a deadbeat, abused online, disowned by family. But if a woman says, "I don't want this baby. I'm not ready. I'm getting an abortion," she gets support. You're so brave. It's your choice. You're doing what's best for your future. Same mindset, same reasoning, completely different treatment. So ask yourself, why do we believe in female autonomy, but shame male autonomy? Why do we say, it takes 2 to make a baby, but only one gets to decide what happens next? Biology versus fairness, the most common counterargument. Let's address the elephant in the room. The number one counterpoint people throw at this debate is, women carry the baby, so of course they get more rights. Fair. Women bear the physical burden, the pain, the risk, the hormonal chaos, the life-altering changes. A man's role ends at conception. A woman's role is 9 months minimum. So they argue. Because she bears the greater cost, she gets the greater choice. But here's the catch. Once that child is born, the burden doesn't go away. Financial, legal, emotional responsibilities don't balance out based on biology. In fact, for many men, the consequences last longer. A woman can sign away parental rights in an adoption. A man in most cases can't. Biology shouldn't determine who gets stuck for life. Because we're not living in caves anymore. We've built laws to create fairness in an unfair biological world. That's why we have child support, custody battles, and family courts in the first place. So if we're already using man-made systems to manage parenthood, why not give both parties an equal say before the child is born? Equality isn't about pretending men and women are identical. It's about building systems that recognize the differences, without punishing one side unfairly. A new proposal, how a financial abortion could work. So let's get bold. Let's imagine a new system. One where a man, within the first trimester of pregnancy, can legally declare that he does not want to be a parent. He signs away all parental rights. No custody. No involvement. But in return, no child support. It's clean. It's legal. It's documented. Just like a woman's right to choose, a man gets one chance to opt out. Early, clear, and officially. Some would call it harsh. Others would call it revolutionary. But it would solve a lot of problems. No more surprise financial traps. And no more bitter custody fights. No more men paying for choices they never made. It doesn't erase the child. It doesn't erase the mother's choice. It simply means both parents are accountable only for choices they consciously agreed to. That's real equality. That's real fairness. The question is, does society care enough about fairness to make it happen? Or are we too addicted to punishing men for biology they can't control? Fair or selfish? You decide. So here we are. In the middle of one of the most uncomfortable conversations in modern society. Reproductive rights. Not just for women, but for men too. Because we can't keep screaming equality while only one side gets options. We can't keep demanding accountability from men while denying them autonomy. A child deserves love. But love, respect, and responsibility should never be forced. They should be chosen. So ask yourself, if a woman has the right to walk away from parenthood, why doesn't a man? Is this a question of fairness? Or is this just another system rigged in silence? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is Crazy Discuss, the podcast where comfort zones go to die. And remember, true equality doesn't pick favorites. It demands truth from both sides. Until next time.